How's it going, everyone? Early February. It's gonna get up into the 60s today, and the water temp is not too far from 60 itself. So, man, this is awesome. I'm like pretty much the only person on the lake today. It's a Friday. Follow me for more life hacks. Let's get on them. All right, well, you will have to excuse all the wind noise today. It's kind of windy. Plus, my old GoPro became fish habitat at the end of last season. So I got a new GoPro. Haven't put on the little fur stuff to help tone down the wind yet. I got one of the newer GoPros on the Hero 12, so they're supposed to have pretty good anti-wind audio, whatever. So we'll be putting that to the test today. And do me a favor, write down in the comments below if you even care about the wind. Normally when I'm watching dudes fish, like, I don't really care about the wind. I know how it is, I understand. Let me know if y'all really mind it or what. I try to mitigate it to the best of my abilities. I've got some of those fur things coming that'll help me cut down on the wind noise, but you know, just sometimes you can't help it. So let me know if you even care. Oh, I just got out here, ma'am. But you know what? Just being out here is lucky, so yeah. Alright, so the grass is starting to get green, which is great. Whenever you see grass, you always want to go to the green stuff, not the brown or gray, nasty, you know, really slimy stuff. You want to go to that fresh, green, crisp stuff. Just think about what you look for if you're wanting a salad. You know, you don't want the nasty brown stuff that's got a slime coating on it. You want the fresh, green, crisp stuff. Same thing with fish, not to eat, of course, unless they're herbivores, but the really fresh, alive, green, healthy grass will produce a lot of oxygen, and all the decaying stuff that actually uses oxygen for the decomposition and creates a lot of carbon dioxide. Now, I'm seeing some bait around, seeing some fish around, some that look like bass, but they could just be carp back over in those weeds. So we'll see. There we go. First bass of the year. Looks like a decent one. Nice spot. No, it's a largie. Alright, first bass of the year. Alright, so whenever you catch a fish, especially here in the early months, you can look down their throats, see if they're really red. That means they're eating crawfish, which this one doesn't look like it. Its teeth are sharp, so it means it's probably eating bait fish. It's got a bit of a belly, so you can sometimes feel their belly and determine what they're eating. So if they're eating a bunch of bait fish, then it's just going to be kind of squishy, like this one is. If they're eating craws, then it's going to be crunchy. Look at their tails to see if it's bloody. That means that they're getting shallow and spawning. And you can also look at their bellies. If their bellies are dark, then that means they're up in the mud. Get them back in the water. Thank you, buddy. Sweet. Let's keep throwing across this point. It's I didn't even see that bass on the live scope. I saw a few scatterfish here and there. Probably just bluegill. He didn't crush it. He just kind of scooped it up and started going away with it. So a lot of times if they're around other bass, they'll really hit it hard because they'll be competitive with each other. Think about toddlers with toys or animal crackers or something, you know, they'll grab it and run sometimes. So same thing with bass. They're around other bass and they're hungry, especially right now. You know, water's warming up, days are getting longer, so they're probably getting those natural indicators that, hey, spawning season is coming up. So the girls are trying to eat a bunch so they can make eggs, lay eggs, and then after that they'll feed back up. And the males, they're eating up because they're probably thinking about making beds, protecting those beds, but also after the females lay the eggs, it's on the males to protect the eggs, and then the males will stay with the fry that hatch from those eggs for a few weeks, and they just want to guard those babies. So they get super skinny during that time. So right now is when they're looking to feed up. I was going pretty slow with it, so I'm going to do the same thing. A few ledges out here, some rock piles, stuff like that. I'll hit these up, see if I get anything. This is actually a power plant lake, so there's some hot water discharge over there. If the water temp over here is 56, it's probably close to, if not over 60 degrees over there. So I mean, if I was a fish, that's where I'd be, soaking in the hot tub. So I'll go over there in a little bit. I'm just kind of sampling some of the different points, see what I see if there's any fish, see what the lake's telling me. And also, this is the most northern part of the lake, and this big dam will serve to break up some of that cold wind coming from the north. And as the southern winds come in during the spring, those warm southern winds with the warm weather pushing warm temperatures, and you think about all this, the waves will form. You know, if you get a good strong southern wind for a few days, the lake will soak up a ton of that heat from the wind, and it'll really warm the northern parts of the lake quicker than the southern part. And especially in the case of this lake, because the hot water discharge is a little bit more south from where I am right now, so it would be soaking up even more heat and heating the water up this way even more. I'm not seeing many more fish, so let's cruise around, see if we can find some. Another point, another big main lake point out here with a bunch of bushes and stuff around it. Just sampling, see what we got. And all these trees and stuff, they provide cover for the bass. They'll be able to spawn on the hard parts of the trees that are submerged. And if there's any hard clay or rocks up under there, I'll probably go along the dam a little bit because they can spawn on those rocks. And also those rocks sitting in the sun will retain a lot of heat, so they really like those as well. Just sampling, see what kind of mood the bass are in this time of year. Hey, I got one largemouth so far, decent little guy, like 2. Oh, dang you. Alright, so I was casting up in here and got stuck on some vegetation down near the bottom. Brought it up, shook it off as I was getting it close to the boat, and a decent sized bass charged at it. right as I was bringing it out of the water. Let's see if I can coax him to bite again. And as I'm going down, I'm just scanning. It looks like there's a bunch of rocks under the surface. A bunch of rocks near the side, so that's definitely good to hold spawning bass. And then a lot of these lay down trees and bushes, they can spawn on the trunks and everything on those, any hard spot. They need a hard structure and a place that is hopefully protected by the wind, and a place that doesn't have a lot of silt and mud, so that their eggs don't get covered up by that silt and mud. We're still gonna keep it moving kind of quick, sampling this because I don't have a lot of time. I just have a few hours out here today. But, you know, this area back here, I mean, this would be pretty much ideal, I would think, for a bass to spawn in, because it's protected from the wind, protected from all wind on all sides, even coming this way. So the water's stable. It also gets all the benefit of that south wind, because the south wind's going to push all the warm water up this way. And I mean, just tuck back little cool little areas. It's pretty neat. Also looks like there's some rocks and gravel over there. There's these rocks right here in the middle. Those rocks over there, and there might be a pretty sheer little drop off. Not seeing much. Not seeing much at all. Got some decent depth. It goes down 10 feet. That's a cool little area. I have to keep this in my cross check. Not getting any follows or anything, which I'm not loving. I am not McLovin'. Yeah, only thing is, it dropped about a full degree coming back in here. Surprising that I'm not seeing any turtles on that log. Yeah, not loving that. Not seeing any bait or bass or anything, so I'm just gonna beat feet out of here. So when you're fishing, you need to be constantly evaluating everything, putting the pieces together. So every day is different on the lake. You go in with what you know, what time of year it is, the weather, you know, all that sort of stuff. And that's where you get your starting point as far as what you want to throw, where you want to throw it, all that. And then you start putting the pieces of the puzzle together as you fish. You know, where you're seeing fish, and then, you know, of course, where you're not seeing fish. I caught them on that main lake point, and had another one start to chase it at that other main lake point. I get back in a place like this that looks like paradise, where you think they'd just be stacked up if they were getting ready to spawn, or I had spawning even on their minds, and saw nothing. No bait fish, no bass, no nothing. So that tells me that they're not even thinking about spawning right now, which makes sense, because again, it's February. So they're likely main lake. So we'll try this main lake dam, so we see what we got going for us, and then we'll go from there. What's that? Someone with a little film crew? Maybe someone's just being a hardcore vulture, just sitting right behind someone wherever they go. That'd be funny if you weren't that person. What's nice about fishing along really steep drop-offs like this is that you can fish a whole bunch of different depths of the water column. You can throw it up, you know, decently shallow, bring it in, then just in your next cast, adjust it 5 feet deeper and really sample a bunch of different depths of the water column in just a few casts. I'm not seeing much of anything, so let's make a move. Well, that's pretty cool to just cut me off. That's alright, I'll fish behind you. Caught fish fishing behind kayaks before. Alright, water temp's getting up in the 60s. 62 right now. Tell you, I can fish behind folks. Oh, nice little fish. See, buddy. Someone grabbed it. Another little guy. Hey, buddy. Alright, so that just goes to show you can't be afraid to get hung up in areas. Some of the areas with the most hang-ups are most juicy spots. And even if you lose your bait, you lose your lure, are you a lure collector? Or are you a fisherman? First spot of the year. Oh, sorry about that, buddy. Got a little bit more rod on it, got you in the boat. Another little guy, pretty guy. There we go. Alright, so about 65 degrees over here. Not too bad for February. I think if I was a bass in this lake, this is where I'd be too. Alright, there's someone moving some dirt out there, so we'll do the ending in the car. It was a great day for February. Oh my goodness, it's a lot better than I thought it would be. So I'm excited, really excited for this year, and looking forward to a ton of fish. If y'all could do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Go check out my shirts again. Let me know which ones you like, and let me know if you want to see something different. That sounded productive. Hope you liked the video. Hope you learned something. Take care. Tight lines. We'll catch you later.